A rescue operation might seem noble, but it can actually endanger the very animals we aim to save. Our emotional instinct traits we often take pride in can lead to serious consequences in animal rescue. Picture this: you're at a shelter and see a terrified dog trembling in the corner. Your heart aches and you feel compelled to comfort it. But what if that instinct to help puts the dog at greater risk? This critical oversight is more common than you might think. While emotional intelligence is crucial, it can mislead us. We often assume that empathy equates to knowing the best course of action. Have you considered how your emotions might cloud your judgment? That rush to comfort could inadvertently escalate the animal's fear. Imagine approaching that trembling dog. Your good intentions might be perceived as a threat. This is where the peak of warning signs come into play. Many rescuers don't realize that their emotional responses can trigger stress signals in the animals they want to save. Take the case of a kitten rescued from a busy street. The rescuer, filled with compassion, scooped it up too quickly, causing the kitten to panic and lash out. It's a heartbreaking scenario that could have been avoided with greater awareness. These missteps are often dismissed. We think we know how to connect with animals, but emotions can lead to miscommunication. The energy we project can amplify fear in distressed animals. As rescuers, we must learn to pause and assess the situation beyond our feelings. The stakes are high. The fallout from these emotional miscalculations can have lasting effects on an animal's behavior. A dog that was once rescued could develop anxiety, complicating its chances of finding a forever home. This creates a cycle of suffering stemming from a misjudgment of emotional intelligence. So, what can we do? We need to educate ourselves about animal behavior. Recognizing warning signs like a tucked tail or flattened ears can be transformative. It's about knowing when to step back instead of rushing in. Imagine equipping rescues with training that emphasizes emotional intelligence for both humans and animals. Envision a world where every rescue operation is a safe haven rather than a source of anxiety. As we reflect on this, ask yourself, are we truly helping when we act on impulse? Or could our emotional instincts be creating more challenges for the animals we care about? Consider this the next time you encounter an animal in need. Imagine this: you're deep in the woods, heart racing, hearing desperate cries for help. But what if I told you the biggest threat in rescue operations isn't the wild animals or the tough terrain? It's something much more subtle. Many believe emotional intelligence is essential for success in animal rescue, but those very skills can lead to serious mistakes. This adds a layer of complexity that few truly understand, and the consequences can be significant. Picture this: you're about to rescue a frightened dog, and your instincts kick in. You use soft words and gentle gestures, thinking you're building trust. But what happens when that emotional connection blinds you to the dog's growing fear? You could find yourself in a dangerous standoff. In the heat of the moment, instincts can mislead you. Perhaps you've seen someone rush in overwhelmed with compassion, only to miss critical signs that the animal is about to lash out. It's not just about feeling compassion, it's about truly understanding the animal's emotional state, something often lost in the urgency to save. Now, let's dig deeper. Have you noticed how emotional biases can cloud our judgment? Imagine a rescuer who connects too deeply with a specific animal's situation, ignoring the risks to themselves and their team. That emotional attachment can lead to poor decision-making. As tension rises, the stakes get even higher. Teams can break down under the pressure of miscommunication and misunderstanding. A single emotional misstep, and here's where it gets unsettling. What if the very skills we rely on to connect with animals are also the ones that put us in danger? When we prioritize feelings over facts, we might overlook crucial cues. It's a delicate balance, and many get it wrong. But there is hope. By learning to separate our emotions from the task at hand, we can make clearer, safer decisions. It's not about shutting down compassion, it's about directing it wisely. So, how do we change our approach? It starts with awareness. Recognize the emotional currents at play and prepare for them. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't let them dictate your actions. As we consider these risks, think about this: what if the next time you face a rescue, you could approach it with a fresh perspective? You might not only save the animal, but also protect yourself and your team from the hidden dangers of emotional intelligence misconceptions. Remember, the world of rescue knowledge and emotional clarity can be lifesavers. So next time, take a breath, assess the situation, and trust your training. Because every life matters, including yours. Have you ever heard a rescue story that took your breath away and wondered what really goes on behind the scenes? Picture a tiny pika perched on a rock, charming everyone who sees it. But beneath that cute exterior lies a troubling truth about emotional intelligence in animal rescue. Many people believe that understanding emotions is crucial for saving animals in distress, yet this belief can lead to serious mistakes. Misinterpreting a pika's needs could mean the difference between life and death, a reality that often goes unnoticed but is vital to grasp. Let's dive into the complex world of emotional misconceptions. Imagine you're a rescuer face to face with a frightened pika. You might think that soothing it with gentle words will ease its fears. But what if that approach actually worsens the situation? There's a fine line between empathy and interference, and not everyone knows where that line is. Consider the consequences of this misunderstanding. Rescuers might mistake a pika's stillness for calmness when, in fact, it's hiding in panic. This misreading can lead to improper handling, increasing the animal's stress. The more you care, the greater the risk if you're not aware. Visualize a common scenario: you're in the field, surrounded by breathtaking landscapes, and you spot a distressed pika. Your heart races, and your instincts kick in. You want to help. But what happens when your emotions overshadow your knowledge? The wrong approach could send that little creature scurrying away right into danger. It gets even more complicated. Human emotional responses can cloud judgment. Picture a team of well-meaning rescuers, each carrying their own emotional baggage. They come together, but their shared enthusiasm might drown out crucial assessments. Assessments can lead to chaotic rescues that endanger the very animals we aim to save. So, what's the solution? It starts with recognizing that emotional intelligence is a double-edged sword. While it fosters connections, it can also lead to dangerous misconceptions. The key is balancing empathy with careful observation. Knowing when to step back and assess the situation can be life-saving. Now, let's take a moment to reflect. How often do we let our emotions guide our actions, especially when it comes to those we want to protect?